I, a tender young maid, have been courted by many of all sorts and trades, if ever was any.
This episode of Chaste Treasure Ladies Unlaced, sponsored by Sir Chrisman, supporter of the arts. You too can sponsor an episode of Ladies Unlaced. Simply email us at chastetreasure@gmail.com. Now presenting your ladies of Chaste Treasure.
Hello, darling. It is us. Our faces upon your screen.
Here they are. Behold.
What we shall vogue for you. Well, good day, lords and ladies. I am Lady Julie.
I'm Lady Fiona.
And I am still Sultana, working on that. And together we are this week's Chaste Treasure.
Oh, good evening.
Master Hart,
Yes,
lovely to
sweetheart.
see you. And hopefully we'll see you in person soon. I sent you a message. Check your messages. Check your messages. Well, we are here in Washington State.
We are.
And it's blessedly cool
Yes.
here compared to the rest of the country. And
Today.
right. And right now that just means it's about 80 outside.
Right. Just a blessedly cool 80 degrees.
You know. Oh, hello. See you on Sunday.
Oh, good. I hope that means you got tickets.
Hello, darling.
Oh.
That is my dear friend. We
Hello,
talk
Amy.
almost every day. He's in England right now watching this.
Oh.
So it
Yes.
should be much
Amy's
nicer. Second guest. Linda Hart.
Hello.
Hello, darling.
Greetings, friends. Oh, look
Hello,
at all these
Eli.
friends. So many friends.
Oh.
Yes,
Ooh.
we brought you fresh meat.
That is me. I'm the fresh meat. I'm so fresh and meaty.
She is. In the morning, she's making waffles.
Yes, I must say it is my absolute pleasure to be here for my very first Chaste Treasure Ladies Unlaced episode. I got to have my on-stage debut last weekend at the Washington Midsummer Renaissance
And she was
Festival.
marvelous.
She was fantastic.
Killed it.
No,
It
go
was
on.
instant chaos. It was great.
It was amazing. One of my, yes, Master Hart came and saw us already and brought us cherries.
Oh my gosh.
The cherries are in the car.
Oh no.
Oh, we're going to eat cherries on camera for
It's
you.
okay. We'll save it for the stage, unfortunately.
Oh, so Eli wants to know how you joined Chaste Treasure.
Oh, well, I have performed at Renaissance fairs before. So when I moved to the West Coast, I basically reached out to the group and tried really hard to get an audition and lucked out that I was able to get one. I believe that the timing worked out very well, that a certain baby bat needed to
Yes.
take a break from traveling to the West Coast.
Yes.
So honestly, it felt like a door opened up for my place for me to find my place in Chaste Treasure.
And we're
Indeed.
so happy that you did.
Very grateful. Yes, indeed. It's just like I said, instant chaos. I'm just like, oh, is this the chaos that I know? My chaos.
Yes,
My chaos recognizes your chaos.
it did feel like
The
a
chaos
perfect
in
fit.
me honors the
The
chaos in you. Is that still namaste or is that like
It's namago.
no?
Actually, it feels very full circle because my audition I recorded in that kitchen right over there, that's where we have come to land to record this, is in the house I was staying in when I auditioned. And you know, it's a funny thing to record yourself singing songs like Caviar with literally no one else around you.
Oh,
and just pretending like you can hear people laughing or reacting, because honestly for me it's not always about a laugh. Sometimes a groan is the best response.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's when you lean over and look them in the eye and go, I'm not sorry.
No, not even a little bit.
They're not
You know,
even.
Sultana, what was your Chaste Treasure audition like? That was many moons ago.
My goodness. So it was actually my second year, and I didn't actually necessarily audition for Chaste Treasure.
You did it in person.
I did. Well, yes, I kind of was grandfathered in. My first year doing a fair was at New Jersey Renaissance Fair, which is where Chaste Treasure got to start. So while my first year was Chaste Treasure's first year, I was not a noble lady. So they just picked the noble ladies who could sing around the Shire. And so I was in a different group that Lady Morgan was also the director of. And so the second year I was invited to be part of Chaste Treasure. And then ever since then, I've been part of Chaste Treasure.
Wonderful.
I think my daughter is an honorary member of Chase Treasure because she was in utero.
There we are.
So
So she's been on stage with us even long before we.
Yes.
She supersedes me. She has precedence over me.
Yes, you got to start them young. So we have Lyla, we have a Luke, and then whatever baby bat decides to be.
Right.
What about you, Lady Julie?
Oh, well, I had been performing on the circuit for 4 or 5 years, and I actually met Sultana and Agnes and Lady Catalina, and became fast friends with them. And a friend inadvertently told me the wrong information. So Chase Treasure had been hiring, and they had hired Lady Agnes, but he was unaware of that. All he remembered was that Chase Treasure was hiring because he is the brain of a goldfish. And you'll now know who that friend was. So he was like, "Oh, Chase Treasure is hiring, and you got along with them so well, you should send them an audition video." And I was like, "Cool, I'm going to do that." So I recorded my audition in my friend Anne's house while I was performing at Florida with my friend Anne. And the guest room in that I stay there is lovely, but it has no wall space to record. So I had my phone leaning against the floor, and I sang Chandler's Wife, which talk about the awkwardness.
Yes.
And they heard the sound of a
right. Crickets.
But it somehow worked, and it turned out that there was a festival coming up that they did need someone for after all. And so then I went off to Oklahoma.
So that wasn't an accident, it was meant to be.
Ooh, we
Wait,
have $80 in
Wow.
tips.
We did not even announce the tip incentive.
The tipping premise of the evening.
Oh my
is,
goodness.
Every time our tips go up by $20, it's basically like truth or dare on steroids. We're going to reveal something about ourselves. We just were told, don't blow your load.
Yes.
Well, since we've already passed several tiers,
Yes.
you know what? I'll go first.
Great.
I will reveal my tattoos first, and by that I mean you are already looking at them.
Ta-da!
I have eyeliner permanently tattooed on my face like a woman from the 1970s.
Listen here, and the 80s and the 90s.
Literally, when I was
2000s.
getting it done, there was like a 90-year-old woman in the next room going, "It needs to be purple. It's always been purple. I don't understand why they can't touch it up in purple." Because she was on that trend. I don't know if you remember
Yes.
this, but there was like this 1980s trend of like really vibrant eyeliner. And I was like, I just want something natural so that I can roll out of bed and be like, I woke up like this. But unfortunately, my tattoos are lopsided, so I have to put on eyeliner anyway.
That defeats the purpose.
It
really does. You should get a refund.
I should.
Do I need to reveal? I only have the one reveal. Since that.
Oh.
Yes, I have exactly one tattoo.
Oh.
It is.
Well, you're gonna blow your
I
load.
am. Well, she's got the most.
So we've
It's
got
true.
20, 40, 60, 80. So we need 4 reveals.
Yes.
And we've got 1 down.
All right.
Yes. So here we go. I have to turn around for mine. Here we go.
Turn around. I don't know what that was. Oh, a little.
Come closer. Come closer.
Snuggle.
There we are.
There we are.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yes.
that's beautiful.
It actually is.
It looks like a
it'll,
fur-release.
it'll come with a very, very. It does look like a fur-release. It is from Star Wars. Actually, it is Queen Amidala's royal insignia. I wanted something Star Wars, but I wanted something that people would not everybody would instantly recognize. You have to be like a diehard, and I've only had one person know exactly what it was. And from what I understand, they went into an Italian Nouveau type tapestry, like this beautiful piece of art, and picked a symbol and then flipped it upside down.
That makes a lot of sense.
And it's
love
actually
that.
in a lot of her episode 1 and episode 2 garb. And all of her, like her official garb, you'll see the symbol like embroidered into her. Yeah.
Very nice.
Now you know.
Well, if we have 2 more reveals, this actually works out well because I can reveal my first 2 tattoos and take off the hoodie that I'm wearing to cover them up.
It is a mite warm.
It is a bit warm.
Take it
so
off,
let us
baby.
stop. Oop,
Oh,
reverse.
Another
Oh
20.
my gosh. All right, 3 reveals. So this is the first. I cannot get the angle.
Nope, you've got
Use
it.
that
You
one.
do it. It's perfect.
So this is
Beautiful.
my first tattoo ever. This is actually in honor of, for 6 years at the New York Renaissance Fair, I played Maid Marian. And when I finished playing her, I felt such a special bond to the character and the personal development that I had playing her that I wanted to remember it forever. So this is actually the broadsword that I used when I fought as Maid Marian at the fair. And then there's a flower for every year that I played her. So it is my Maid Marian sort of memorial tattoo.
Aw,
So I carry
that.
her with me always. And then let's get to...
I also just had a revelation.
Yes.
Sultana needs a tattoo.
My ex-girlfriend also played Maid Marian.
Really?
Yes.
This one's fun.
Oh yes, I'm in love with
All right,
this
so
one.
here's the next one for me to reveal. This is actually my newest tattoo. So we went from my first to my latest.
It's amazing.
This I just got last week in Barcelona, or Barcelona,
Barcelona, Spain.
as they say in Spain.
See?
This one, actually, I had hand poked. So it did not use a tattoo machine. The tattoo artist literally used a needle and hand poked it into my skin.
It's a prison tat.
And this is inspired by a very ancient tattoo design, but slightly different. For anyone who knows the story of the Siberian ice mummy, the Siberian ice princess, or priestess, she's sometimes called. It's a bit of tattoo history. It's something that I've always been inspired by, and I finally got it etched into my skin, literally with a needle and a hand, and
I love that.
by just the most amazing woman in Barcelona, and it was an incredible experience.
You know what? Speaking of strong, smart, cool women.
Yes,
I see what you did there.
I see what I did there. I think we should sing a song.
I love that transition.
Isn't that good? I was like, how am I gonna rein
No.
these
This is
three
good. It's good. Ride this train.
these three ADHD individuals in?
Yes,
This is how.
let's sing a song about strong,
Strong,
fierce women.
True story, by the way. Yes.
Black Agnes was a Scottish lass, a bonny noble bride.
I'm a man who went to jail for his country's pride.
Agnes watched the enemy bring an army to her wall.
And down she cried, for Agnes' sake, I'll die before I fall.
Up with your kilts and down with your arse, you make me bloody sick.
Your family tree's a cactus 'cause you're such a friggin' prick.
I hope you step on Legos and I hope your goldfish dies. I swear to every one of you I'll be no Bonnie prize. Ba-ba-da-dum, bum,
Merengue.
ba-ba-da-dum, bum, bum.
I wish a horrid pestilence upon your friends and kin. I hope that every time you wipe your fingers slip right in. And I wish you more hair up your nose than there is upon your head. And I hope you shout the wrong name when you take your wife to bed.
No, up with your kilts and down with your arse, you make me bloody sick. Your family tree's a cactus 'cause you're such a friggin' prick. I hope you step on Legos and I hope your goldfish dies. I swear to every one of you I'll be no Bonnie prize. Ba-da-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum.
Never get up here, me lad, so give up your crusade. Just climb right up a chicken's butt and pray that you'll get laid.
You smell like diarrhea and you're such a friggin' creep. Oh, it's nice you grew a beard to make it easier on the sheep.
Why?
Up with your kilts and down with your arse, you make me bloody sick. It's wrong. Your family tree's a cactus 'cause you're such a friggin' prick. That's bad. I hope you step on Legos and I hope your goldfish dies. I swear to every one of you I'll be no Bonnie prize. Ba-da-da-dum, bum,
Salsa.
ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum. Black Agnes was a Scottish lass, the pride of all the land. The enemy threw down his sword and put up both his hands. All right, me lads, the jig is up. We've made the most of it. We sharpened up our swords, boys. But she sharpened up her wit.
We did that. Oh, I'm so glad you think so.
A classic.
It's so delightful to see you and hear from you.
Huzzah,
Thank you,
huzzah,
darling.
huzzah.
Thank you.
My very anachronistic drinking vessel.
Michael dresses up as Santa Claus at
Oh.
TRF, but like Pirate Santa and without the belly. It's a look.
It's not Papa Gijo. It is a Christmas Daddy.
That sounds really hot.
Right? Christmas daddy.
When was I at Nerf? So
Fiona was not. Yes?
right,
You were.
my body was at Nerf.
Her identical twin cousin.
Yes, not obviously not as Fiona, but the Maid Marian that looked much like Lady Fiona was there in from 2013 to 2018 or 19, something like that. So there you go.
Love that for us.
I actually just downstairs have a giant banner of me advertising Coors Light, just a big old. Maid Marian says, "Drink Coors Light."
The best of beers.
Very wholesome. Hello from the bayous.
Master Land! Wrote a verse about him.
Oh.
The drinking song, which is yet to be premiered by you.
Right, but it's ready.
And here's a glass to Master Land, living down in Louisiana. He travels to us near and far to find the ladies where we are. We are his weekend plans.
I love that.
Well, it's funny because it's true.
My verse writing
Yes.
is mediocre. But yes, you too can have customized verses sent to you every month. If you find us on Patreon, you do have to type in Chase to Treasure because we are 18 plus.
Yes, the chase may be silent, but you got to type it out.
I'm looking forward to seeing some of your work because this one can write verses like
Very
nobody's
quickly.
business.
Very
She
quickly.
wrote one on the fly for some Doctor Who cosplayers that we had in our audience last
They were
week.
amazing.
It was delightful.
Yes, if I can, I try to get some inspiration from what I see in the audience where possible. But these ladies really keep me on my toes because they are brilliant verse writers, and so honestly, I'm just trying to keep up at this point.
You are keeping up
Tell
quite
me the
well,
beautiful
considering I've been doing this for 9 years and you just started here with this group. You've got quite a bit, some really good ones. The verses are great. He would know, he was there.
Speaking of which, we could perhaps sing a verse song.
We can.
Oh, yes.
I kind of have that in the plans.
Yes.
Yes, I was thinking, I keep it with the theme of women.
Yes.
And since this weekend is going to be fantasy weekend, how about our women, these three women's fantasies
oh,
of who, what we would like to do with our own things.
Yes.
very good.
Yeah.
Yes. I have so many verses
To
this
choose
song.
from,
I
I had to specifically pick one because I know my brain will freeze. They're like, choices, don't make me do such a thing.
I have the one that I love for this one, so
All right.
that's what you're all going to get.
I do like this.
It's a
Yes,
good one.
It's a good
though.
one.
It's a good one.
I'm missing one I don't usually sing. It's sacrilegious.
So perfect.
An
When has that
additional
stopped you before?
right. An additional sacrilegious verse
Yes.
to the one a lot of you have already heard.
I'll let you.
I, a tender young maid, have been courted by many of all sorts and trades, if ever was any. A spruce haberdasher first spoke of me fair, but I would have nothing to do with small ware. My thing is my own, and I'll keep it so still, yet other young lasses may do what they will. My thing is my own, and I'll keep it so still, yet other young lasses may do what they will.
I love that for us.
A wonderful counselor and Prince of Peace thought that he'd keep me down on my knees. I said, that's a fate I'd rather avoid. He might be anointed, but I'm just annoyed. My thing is my own, and I'll keep it so still, yet other young lasses may do what they will. My thing is my own, and I'll keep it so still, yet other young lasses may do what they will.
I blanked.
A fair carpet weaver with all his fine thread begged to tear my reputation to shreds. I told him no need giving my strings a tug. Keep your shuttlecock, I can beat my own rug. My thing is my own, and I'll keep it so still,
Yet other young lasses may do what they will. My thing is my own, and I'll keep it so still, yet other young lasses may do what they will.
A handsome young wizard with a cape that did swish did promise to conjure whatever I wished. He presented his wand, to which I did laugh. My cauldron won't simmer with such a small staff. gonna be a Wingardium Leviosa for me.
Oh,
My thing is my own, and I'll keep it so still. Yet other young lasses may do what they will. My thing is my own, and I'll keep it so still. Yet other young lasses may do what they will. Now here I could reckon 100 or more, beside all the blackguards recited before, that made their advances to get me alone. But young though I am, I'm more skilled on my own. My thing is my own, and I'll keep it so still. Yet other young lasses may do what they will. My thing is my own, and I'll keep it so still. Yet other young lasses may do what they will. We did that. Yay!
oh, look at all those. What are all those symbols?
Oh.
Right. Party, white heart, 100. King, 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 100, white heart, party. Yes.
Yes.
I feel the exact same way.
Huzzah, huzzah. I heard the huzzahs. Thank you,
Yes,
my
I
dear.
felt them.
I heard the huzzahs
here.
in his voice.
Pat Brazen, who I've also written a verse about.
Yes.
Brazen with his brace on.
I believe this.
Yes.
I think I've heard this.
So Pat Brazen likes to flash whatever he's wearing underneath his kilt, which is some sort of fun,
Right.
like,
Boxer shorts of some sort.
It's always appropriate,
Right.
right? You know, like Peter Griffin or whatever is
Right.
hiding under there. So yes, isn't it delightful?
Thank you.
Tell you
Rosalind.
she's got
So-
some good ones.
In the old days, the Renaissance days, there was a linen garment that was the men's equivalent of boxer briefs, and
Right.
they were called brays. So he's braze on with his
brace
on.
Oh,
I
like
see
that.
what you did there.
Play on
That's
words.
a deep cut, deep historical cut.
a pune, if you will.
Is that what they're calling them now?
I shan't.
They're like nothing.
Nay, I shan't.
I should not. Indeed.
This is my glitter latte, by the way. You can't see the glitter anymore, but it was a unicorn latte, and it was covered in animal glitter.
It was.
And now all the glitter is inside her.
It won't be for long.
I'm gonna have magical poops.
Speaking of barnyard,
You were going to say, speaking of magical poops.
right? Needs to be some sort of magical fairy tale manure to make it grow that long.
We do have a question.
Ooh, do we?
Yes. What is each of your favorite parts of the Washington Fair?
Oh my goodness.
So this is a difficult one, but I think it's merely the fact that it's in Washington. So I get to perform all over the country. I'm very fortunate. And the mountains and the beauty, like it used to be in Bonnier Lake, and the campground there was exquisite. And now we've got a new site for the Washington Fair, and it's enormous, but it's just sort of this lovely little valley, and it's just ringed by
Almost
mountains, and it's just stunningly beautiful. Even if you weren't into Renaissance fairs, I would say come out just for the scenery, but the scenery and the festival.
As they posted the other day, Washington really do be giving.
It do.
It does. It do. Just like, oh, look at this. It's just somebody's garden. It's just the
Right.
best garden I've ever seen. Sure. We'll do that.
Close runner-up, though, is actually the festival itself. So it operates fundamentally differently from just about every other festival in the country. The management is quite good and really, really knows what they're doing. But one of the unusual things that they do is that their cast is not cast the way it is at most other places. So there are instead encampments, which means people have a lot more time, effort, and money to put into things like their costumes. So these costumes, oh my God. And I've worked as a historical costumer for a decade, and these make me drool when I see them in the streets. I'm just like, oh God, the hand beating. I can cry.
Anything so far? No, it's only been your first weekend.
Yeah, let's see. There is quite a lot to love at this fair. It is my first time here. I am a new Washington resident. And so
Jealous.
I will say that is a sweet spot for me, as I get to go and sleep in my own bed at night.
Which is, again, jealous.
You know what? That's totally valid.
I have
Good
worked
thing.
many a Renaissance fair where I have slept in the woods under a top and just showered
when you can.
showered. But
French bath.
this is, yes, exactly. The little
All the hot
so
I love the sound effect.
yes, thank you. That's, do you not do that when you
Yeah,
take
of course.
Always,
do.
clearly.
I like yours in particular.
so that part is very sweet, but the attention that this fair pays to the comfort of the patrons has really stood out to me. I noticed that because we've only been open for one weekend, and it is the first weekend at the new site. Many people wrote in to post a complaint about something where they felt uncomfortable, or where something felt not accessible, and the fair addressed it throughout the week and posted changes they made to the site, things like adding quiet spaces where people could have quiet time and step away from the hustle of the fair if they needed it, where they added additional paving to parts of the roads that were less accessible for folks who are using wheelchairs or other mobility assistance. So honestly, seeing that happen in 1 week was really brilliant, and it's quite touching how much this fair really pays attention to the needs of the people who are there.
Agreed.
We really have to give props to Tracy and David, who are really the motivating factors behind those things that you just mentioned, and also Troy, who we spend a lot of time with at our stage, but who ends up doing a lot of the labor involved in things like
I had even noticed from last year, because they had multitudinous nursing stations / tents where you can go and sit even if you don't have a nursling with fans going. If you need a cool down moment like that, a lot of locations don't think about that.
Right.
It's more and more necessary, I think.
And they have water refill stations. So you can fill your own water bottles and stay hydrated.
A lot of people out here are environmentally conscious.
Right. And so I like what you said. So that's probably one of my favorite things as well about. But I also love how we are taken care of.
Oh, Captain Jack! Oh, we just saw Captain Jack at the Pirate Festival.
We did. Yes.
Lovely.
And now you will get to meet
I get
Captain
to meet
Jack.
you.
Yes, but I think my other favorite thing is how we feel taken care of.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
We're in a pub, and a lot of times we're in the pub, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we get to indulge in drinks or anything that we might need, especially if you're stuck in like a specific area. But the volunteers and the bar staff and the other performers that we share our stage with, they look out for each other. Everybody's been wonderful, and that kind of community is really why I do this.
Yes. And I think it's worth mentioning that sometimes at places like TRF or OKRF, we have like lovely air-conditioned spaces. This is a tent fair, and we still feel extremely taken care of.
Yes.
This is not, we don't go back into our trailer in between sets,
It'd be nice, but
just a little bit of effort on the part of management. Like you said, Michael, other festivals really could take a cue.
Yes. Yeah, it's quite lovely.
And then where were we before that? Manure.
Yes.
Speaking of
Magical
manure. It is fantasy weekend after all.
Yes, it's not how the fair is set up; it's how they take care of their people.
Yes,
absolutely,
exactly. Any situation, set up, weather situation can be extremely tolerable, extremely intolerable, depending on who you're working with.
Yes,
and seeing the same group of performers / a vendor / a crew. How they took care of business when we were in Oregon, and there was a tornado warning and we had to shelter in place. So
for those of you who don't know, Oregon and Washington are run by the same
yes. So seeing something like that happen really does tell you a lot about.
Yeah, they had that whole fair site evacuated in 10 minutes.
Not exaggeration. They said that morning meeting.
Literally 10 minutes. So
that's amazing.
When I say they know what they're doing, they know what they're doing.
Wow.
Yeah. So magical manure.
Yes, it is a fantasy themed weekend this weekend. I'm not very clear on the specifics because they do seem to do hybrid weekends.
Yes.
The previous weekend was steampunk meets pirates.
Lots of opportunity,
I love
mix this up.
It's very Avatar Last Airbender hybrid animal.
Yes,
so let's do it.
This is the turtle duck of themes.
The turtle duck of themes.
Yes.
Give me a bubble.
Give me
Appa's my favorite character.
I know, he's such a cute character.
All right. I just need to
This is an Appa's memory. I do not even know what that means. All right. Well, Johnny worked for Jack, the richest man in all the county, who come down from the beanstalk, as you've heard in tale and song. Jack's mother and himself were fit to live the life of Riley. But if you thought it ended with the giant's tale, with the giant's death, you're wrong.
For the farm it grew, and new hands came, and Johnny was the strangest.
Oh.
After 6 long days into the grave, the giant's corpse was sent. Then Johnny went into the pub to celebrate his wages.
Yes.
And all around the town they heard the following lament.
Johnny, get off the goose, for it's the ass that you'll be wanting. Johnny, get off the goose, for it's the ass you need to ride. You'll not be getting very far to take a goose home from the bar. So Johnny, get off the goose, my lad, and get your ass inside. Sorry, these are the signs.
I know. I forgot about them already.
I am not even trying.
And in the morning we're making waffles. That's gonna be my donkey.
I'm singing the wrong verse in my head. Well, farmers' days are early ones, 'tis no alarm they're needing. The crowing of the rooster shakes the summer from their eyes. But come the dawn, the sun arose, no paltry song they're hearing. Instead they called for Johnny, and it came as no surprise. Johnny, get off the goose, for it's the cock that you'll be wanting. Johnny, get off the goose, if it doesn't call the morning sun. The noise it's making's one of pain, the cock is calling once again. So Johnny, get off the goose, go tell your cock the day's begun.
We're totally adults here. It's weird without an audience. Now, on Jack's farm, they plant more beans and psychodopatina. It's his nature's way of sharing all the bounty of the land. It's legal here. It's cheap, too. But when they found their rats had laid their turds inside the semolina, they called out to Johnny to get the problem well in hand.
Johnny, get off the goose, for it's the pussy you'll be wanting. Johnny, get off the goose, because you're acting like a jerk. The grain's been eaten by the mice, we shouldn't need to tell you twice. So Johnny, get off the goose and let that pussy get to work. I feel like it should be this instead.
Let that pussy get to work.
Well, Johnny did as he was told beneath Jack's beanstalk trunk there.
It was just that girthy.
No.
Nice voice.
Yeah. That pussy, cock, and ass, hee-haw. Ain't nobody don't like no parfait. All got used till they were sore.
And Jack, him off into the city, came home with new cows then. But Johnny said, keep your milk bags, I can't take it anymore. Johnny said, let me be, for 'tis the goose that I be wanting. Johnny said, let me be, I'll take me payment out and trade. The goose I want, the goose I got, the rest of them can go and rot. The golden egg is not the only thing that's getting laid. The golden egg is not the only thing that's getting laid.
Let's all get laid.
Yeah!
Just saying.
I still want to see the version with the finger puppets.
I have to find them.
I hope you're all singing
I
with
hope
us.
you were.
You can always do the signs like we just did, Cleopatra.
Everyone can sing. Let's be
Applaud
real.
and laughter are exactly what we need.
Oh,
The Indiana Renaissance Festival.
I have not seen
Oh.
this human. Have you?
I must be me. Yes. Last time I saw it was probably at the Indiana Renaissance Fair.
Yes. I have consumed all my coffee.
I have too. This is a sad.
Okay.
This is sad coffee.
I smell
Empty.
coffee.
Empty.
Good at
Very
drinking
sad.
slow. She takes
Well,
it
hopefully
nice
I'll
and
see you
slow.
again at
You like it
Indiana.
Nice and slow.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Mm.
Draw it out.
Oh, totally. You're totally not. Totally not.
Seems like you.
I will take this moment to remind you all. There are 3 hidden tattoos left for me to reveal.
There are.
For every
It's true.
$20, I will reveal another.
Also, we should take a moment to acknowledge our sponsor. Should
We
not?
should. Yes.
So-
Bringer of the cherries.
Sir Chrisman, supporter of the arts.
So Christmas.
That was actually pretty good. That was for you, sir.
Yes.
Oh, in case you're wondering, this is not a strange ring. It is in fact a bandage. There is a new puppy at our housing,
Yes.
and he is delightful. And he lunged at something, and I pulled on the leash, and the leash went and tore a hole in my hand. So
I hate that for
I have a
you.
wound.
It sort of looks like you offended someone and then they
I have a
got
duel-
revenge.
Aye.
It's a dueling scar.
We're also reminded why doors should be closed. He went into the privy and got a tasty snack out of the trash can.
Yes.
Yay!
Trash can.
Yeah.
No.
This is
vanishing thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
That's.
yes. So all the doors in the house now stay closed.
I was like, wow, this is familiar. I thought mine were old enough for that, but
Oh.
they got a puppy now. It's a puppy.
Well, do you all have any more questions for us?
Do you?
Yes. I have questions while we wait.
Oh, truth or dare.
Because, this is the first batch of chaste treasures that I have gotten to perform with.
I bet
And
you do.
I hope it is not the last, but I do love these ladies so. So I'm going to take this opportunity to let you all be the excuse as to how I get to dig deeper and get to know them even better.
Very good, very good.
All right.
I see
Bring
what
it
you did
on.
there.
So, Lady Julie,
Yes.
Sultana Lyla,
Yes.
do either of you have your favorite story of a time something went disastrously wrong on a fair day? I did not prepare them for this.
No, they
so-
did not.
Not at all.
Was it a fair day? I don't think it was a fair day. I think it was a different. It was with Chase Treasure. It was a different gig, and
That's
I
right.
forgot my whole bodice.
Oh no!
Just my
Oh,
whole yeah. So I had no. It was
Which almost happened earlier.
It did.
But Sultana saved me.
I'm
trying-
I was touching up my bodice with paint, fabric paint of all things, and I had it in the sun on the back porch drying. And we were about to leave, and she said, "You might want to take that." And I went, "Oh!"
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to not have
Same.
anything catastrophic happen during being with Chase Treasure. I guess actually I have one up for that one.
All right.
It was my first year with Chase Treasure. I was playing one of the weird sisters from Macbeth and from Macbeth, sorry. And I was 4 months pregnant with my daughter,
Oh,
and I did really good the whole run. It was hot, it was fine. I did really good. The lovely pickle gentleman, Jeff is his name. He always was like, "No, pickle, don't give me money." And oh yeah, she let heat
so
exhaustion.
Rosalind's story is that she got heat exhaustion, had to bow out of finale, missed the next day, and Elsa had to fill in, which is very
Oh,
similar to
no.
what happened to Lady Morgan at Florida,
Yes,
not this past year, but the year
previous
before.
one. Yeah.
And my Lady Julie's identical twin cousin Columbina came in,
Filled
and
in very quickly.
stepped in
Love that.
for
Yes.
the rest of the
But
day.
so I did the thing. We did the thing on the stage. We did the spiels and the songs and the everything. And I promptly ran backstage and vomited up everything that I had eaten. Yeah, and I'm just proud to say that it was only the one time, considering I had everyday sickness,
Uh-huh.
not morning sickness. I had the all day everyday sickness. So
Oh, that's awful.
I
I'm
mean-
so sorry for you.
thank you. It could have been worse.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
yummy.
I feel bad. I thought these would be fun, and instead I just feel really bad.
Oh,
I have
no.
to deal with
I think
that.
it was a thing. It was a thing that happened. It's a story now.
I don't know if I have any fun stories of things going disastrously wrong. I mean, I
Well,
I
you
have
think
some
about that. I'm going to
just
show them.
disaster stories.
Look at the size of this torta, she said, without a
Oh
single
God!
hint of irony.
We thought we were
Do
going to
you
get
see
like
this?
a taco.
Do you see
And-
this? I wanted a torta.
It is-
not the whole fucking deli section. Excuse my language.
It is literally the size of my head. Literally the size of my head.
I'm gonna get fired. Do you see this? Do you see this?
Lean in. Lean in.
Look. That's
bigger than
half
your
of
head,
it.
I
That's
think.
a sandwich.
That's half of a set. Really?
Half a
Well,
sandwich.
well done, taco truck around the corner.
We were like, oh, we'll just get like a taco, just a snack to hold us over until
Nope.
dinner.
To hold just the loaf this big. Anyway, go ahead, sorry.
You're fine.
We're PG-13. I dropped one F-bomb. We get one.
We
every
get
show.
One.
That was it.
I think the most disastrous story I have of a fair day gone wrong, I was not with Chase Treasure,
Right.
but I was working at the Connecticut Fair, and I was their princess, and I was their music director, and we had a lot of responsibilities throughout the day. And it was in October, and we were doing a nighttime joust.
Oh, okay.
And my friend and roommate, who was also our costumer, was the MC of the joust, and he was, some member of the clergy. He was supposed to be my
Sure.
escort everywhere. But we, to kick things off, did the time warp as our oh, this is kicking off Halloween nights. So we had like costume changes where like I, came out and did the tap dance and the gold top hats and everything. And so I had to change back to my princess duds before we could go off to the joust.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the time warp, and I was taking too long to change. And CJ said, I'm going to go ahead because I have to MC and we need to keep things moving. And he walked ahead and he dropped dead of a heart attack. So the next day,
She's like, I did not.
The entire festival, minus one of our main characters. But it was beautiful because CJ was a queer and drag queen, and sort of rainbows were very much a thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not supposed to rain, and it rained just enough for a magnificent double rainbow to come out.
He was looking over you
right as we were going to do
I
the
got
last
chills.
scene.
I know, that's
And
amazing.
we just
I didn't hear
grabbed
that
each other and like wept, and then went on stage and did the thing.
That's the thing about Renaissance Fair. Life does not stop.
No.
You realize it's
I'm sorry,
very
it's not a funny story, but
Listen, I did not know the journey I was going to usher us on.
Been on a journey.
Yes, she literally lost her hoop at the end of Hail Holy Queen. It was at the Alabama Renaissance Fair, and we all did one of these, and her hoop went. Whoosh. It made a sound effect on the ground. Of course, there was nobody there to record, but we laughed for 10 minutes. We were about to piss our pants.
I do believe I've seen photographic evidence.
You
of this
have?
moment, yes.
She's like, what
Yes.
in the world? We just couldn't believe it. It was like, whoosh. Yes. I was going to say about your story about the rainbow, just illustrates like, that's the one thing that's always been constant for me at Ren fairs and working with other Rennies is we take care of each other.
Yes.
And then you learn to take care of each other. And when I go to other spaces where they're not taught that, they're very like thrown off when you're like, have you eaten? Have you drank? Are you all right? Do you need sunscreen? They don't know what to do with themselves.
Right.
So be kind.
More money, more tattoos.
More tattoos. All right.
Give us a tattoo,
All right.
Fiona.
All right. Time to give you a tattoo. All
right.
That's the literal tattoo.
I know, right?
So,
Yeah.
here's our next tattoo. Oh, there's a little I have to cover up because
preview.
you haven't earned this one yet.
Yes.
All right. So this one
The shards of Narsil.
is my Shards of Narsil tattoo.
I understood that
Yes.
reference.
Yes, you did. And it's got it's the same artist that did my Marion sword that you've already seen.
Wonderful.
So you may recognize the style. But this one, the colors were actually done in honor of my parents who both just passed away last year, because this is a very fun Ladies Unlaced where we only talk about fun and
we're
funny
getting
things.
real up in here.
But that being said, this was at the time I got it the biggest tattoo I ever got. And it took about 7 hours. And I have since gotten a way bigger tattoo that you can see if you tip another $20.
Wink.
Where is it? What could it be?
Ooh. Winking in vain.
Got some history nerdism. We've got some Tolkien references. Love that for us.
Yes.
So
It's
what
more
tattoo-
than she bargained for.
What tattoo do we not have that we want?
Oh, so many.
Like, for
I
example,
can name 3 right
I
now.
want the Chased Treasure logo
Yes.
Ooh, I love that.
because it's musical symbols, and it's
It
not
is a
like
good logo.
I'm not going to. It's not like I'm going to stop being a musician
Yes.
at any point.
It's a tattoo that is planned. It has not happened yet because we're still looking for an artist. Is me and my bestie. In her fairy box, I am Pippin, and in my fairy box, she's Mary. And so we're going to get the Laurel leaf with flowers of our choosing. And I was looking at Silver Myrna, but I think I'm going to get some jasmines because that's
Yeah.
my name.
Love
So,
it. Love
yeah,
it.
that, and I would like a crescent moon
Yes.
and a thylacine.
Oh.
I do not know what that
It
means.
says Tasmanian tiger.
Ah.
Yes, they are believed to be extinct, but only believed to be.
I only believe.
Yes,
Oh.
that's right. Truly.
So I, first of all, yes, obviously love a Lord of the Rings tattoo. Definitely support this. My one of my top fandoms. I'm so impulsive with tattoos. The moment I want one, I kind of just get them.
That's fair.
If I can afford them at the time. So every time I've had a thought of like, this is going to be my next tattoo. Usually it is within a couple of months, or something supersedes, like a moment happens. Like this one wasn't planned for like the next upcoming, but then I was in Barcelona. The circumstances allowed that this
Barcelona.
jumped the queue, so to speak. But I have for a long time wanted to get something. I have a group of friends that I traveled to the magical land of Japan with once, and I wanted to get a. It's really a long story. Actually, I have time. I'm going to tell you the story.
Tell the story.
So, all right. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with the. There is a certain alphabet in Japanese that represents. Basically, when you're writing English words or any words that are not in the Japanese language. And we all tried to familiarize ourselves with them before we traveled. Yes, the next tattoo will come, trust me, after the story. And so picture this. Group of 4 friends just finished the most relaxing time at an onsen, a beautiful outdoor hot spring, Mount Fuji, overlooking us. We were in her beautiful shadow. It was the most relaxing and delightful experience. We come out of the hot spring, and I'm with my friend Anne, who I have just literally we touched tips, so to speak. We are obviously naked in a hot spring, and we have just held each other and wept underneath the beauty of Mount Fuji. And our 2 male friends are outside the hot spring waiting for us, and they say, "You must try this beverage we got from the vending machine. It is so incredible. Guess what flavor it is?" And we look at it and we're like, "What is this?" Like, I think I can read it. They're like, "It's a miracle beverage." Yes, miracle. I can read that. And we drink it. It's just milk. Just milk. Because you know what the can says? I was going to ask
if it was a Pocari Sweat.
You know what the can says? Miracle. Milk.
Milk. Oh,
they thought it said miracle and bought it, wondering what that meant.
It was just milk.
It's just milk.
Well, that's like we found out the other day that ramen and lo mein are actually the same word. We just, our English tongues have transformed it.
Yes.
It was just milk. I thought it was a Pocari Sweat.
To commemorate the trip, we have long talked about getting sort of friendship tattoos. That is the word miruku, the characters. And I want mine in the style of the Sailor Moon logo. Because I must
love
but
it.
You have earned yourselves your next tattoo. This is number 4 or 5. You've almost made it all the way, and I am working my way to the most scandalous one last, in case you have not noticed. So for this one, I will need to reveal some of my skin.
Yes.
All right, so you see a little bit of my underwear, but it's fine.
What a cute underwear, though.
This is this one actually goes way farther, but I cannot show you that. Well, actually, I can show it to you this way.
There we go.
There we are.
Beautiful
So
moth.
you can see a lot of my tattoo this way. This side is colored. You get 2 for the price of 1 on this one.
This one's not colored
this
yet.
one is not colored yet. I must wait until we finish our run with Chase Treasure, because I'm not about to get a tattoo and then put a corset on top of that and perform in the sweaty
smart.
heat.
Yeah, don't do that.
So
sounds painful.
Those are some tattoos
Unless you're into that.
I'm currently getting done in Portland. It's going to take about 4 or 5 sessions before I finish them, but they are blackberries and strawberries, and there is a story behind that. So feel free to ask me if you're curious, but in the sake of time, I won't tell you right now.
Yes. How much time do we think we have? Do we think we
It
can sing
is
another song?
47 past.
We're all looking at me. Thank you.
13 minutes.
If there's one thing Sultana's not good at, it is keeping time. That's for sure. I am time blind. So time blind.
Well, I believe we should sing another song now.
Yes, we have one more song to sing.
Rob's line is the mathy one.
She really is. She's super smart. She, from what I understand, West Point wanted her.
Indeed.
Yeah, which I believe. I was like, that's
Yes.
about right. What a different life your life would have been.
Very impressive.
Indeed.
So I think we should follow up all this talk about taking care of ourselves and doing all these things with something salty.
Yes.
Or as
My
I like to
favorite
call
salty
it,
snack.
proof we are geeks.
They tried to recruit me and I laughed at them.
You did.
Laughed in their faces.
Pull the lever, crank. All right. I don't know why that. Yes. So twice 2, yes?
Yes.
Can I go last?
Caviar comes from a virgin sturgeon. A virgin sturgeon's a mighty fine fish. No good sturgeon wants to be a virgin. That's why caviar is a very rare dish.
I gave caviar to Elsa. A lovely evening in the snow. My tongue stuck to her icicle. I just couldn't let it go.
Yes! Caviar comes from a virgin sturgeon. A virgin sturgeon's a mighty fine fish. No good sturgeon wants to be a virgin. That's why caviar is a very rare dish.
I've blanked.
I
I
believe
believe
in
in
you.
you.
I can go if you need me to, but I'd like to go last for the last one.
Yeah.
You want me to go?
Okay,
I can go.
go.
Ready? I gave caviar to a dwarf king. I gave caviar to a dwarf king beneath the mountain on his throne. He promised I could tame his dragon if he could claim my Arkenstone.
Caviar comes from a virgin sturgeon. A virgin sturgeon's a mighty fine fish. No good sturgeon wants to be a virgin. That's why caviar's a very rare dish.
I gave caviar to an angel, a holy servant of the Lord. He stood guard outside my garden, then gave me his flaming sword.
Caviar comes from a virgin sturgeon. A virgin sturgeon's a mighty fine fish. No good sturgeon wants to be a virgin. That's why
It was a
caviar's a
summer's
very rare
eve.
dish.
I gave caviar to a pirate. Cannonball took out his legs. I said that's okay because you know I'm happy to take the peg.
Caviar comes from a virgin sturgeon. A virgin sturgeon's a mighty fine fish. No good sturgeon wants to be a virgin. That's why caviar's a very rare dish.
I gave caviar to a serpent. He had bright green slits for eyes, but I swear we went to heaven when he went down between my thighs.
Caviar comes from a virgin sturgeon. A virgin sturgeon's a mighty fine fish. No good sturgeon wants to be a virgin. That's why caviar's a very rare dish.
I gave caviar to a swordsman. He and his arrows never miss. Explored my Hyrule to my cave, and it's not safe to go alone. Take this.
Comes from a virgin sturgeon. A virgin sturgeon's a mighty fine fish. No good sturgeon wants to be a virgin. That's why caviar's a very rare dish. That's why caviar's a very rare dish. Olé!
Even the arms went perfect.
Okay.
This
Fiona,
side,
do
this
you have
side, and
another
this.
tattoo?
I do have another tattoo.
Oh, just a few minutes in to get your final pledges.
We
in.
made a final tattoo. Where could it be? Will I get kicked off of this show forever for showing it to you?
You will not.
Maybe.
There are just things that have been done in this space.
All right, here's a funny disaster story. It didn't take place on a festival day. It took place during a Ladies Unlaced.
Ooh.
So we try to come up with clever ideas for tips. And my clever idea / stupid idea was that we would do various food things and that we would ultimately end with shoving our respective faces. And this is when we were still doing them individually and all into a cream pie.
Great.
Just
yes, as you do.
and we were doing Ladies Unlaced seemingly topless at the time.
This is when I did the whipped cream.
Yes. So I made myself a gluten-free, dairy-free pie with, fake whipped cream. But what I failed to realize is that dairy-free whipped cream, when it sits out for 45 minutes, turns to liquid quite quickly. So it still looked all foamy and everything. And I shoved my face in the pie. And I brought my face up and it dripped down onto my keyboard. And I went, oh no! And wiped my keyboard off, which caused my camera to bloop down so you could see. And then immediately it cut my feed at the same time. And everyone was panicked. Oh my God, she's gone from the feed. How is she going to get back in? Nobody knows what happened.
No, that was purposeful. That was quick. The sentences were on.
Well, it wasn't intentional. I wish it were. It was just the way that I wiped my keyboard went bloop, and just cut me out.
Wow.
So, and I immediately realized what had happened, cleaned off my keyboard, and jumped back into the stream. But to this day, there's just a little bit of whipped cream.
I mean,
You'll never get
no,
enough.
can't get
It's a
to.
constant reminder of that day that will live on in infamy.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, for the
Oh,
tip,
$5 more.
I had a whole bottle of whipped cream, and I
Oh
and
my
I said
God.
for I think it was 20 pounds or whatever, I will motorboat myself, and I sure did.
Yes.
Lady Morgan almost Peter Pans, I think.
You know what?
Some of us are not
That's a
equipped
good
enough to
point.
do that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I can absolutely do that.
Yeah, I need the right accoutrement.
I will say,
But I was like,
if you bring me a so I always threaten at Washington, and I started doing it at other festivals, to do tricks for $50 bills. If you bring me a $50 bill
Yes,
at
we did.
Washington Fair this weekend, and you say, I want you to motorboat yourself, I will.
yes.
Yes.
And if you want me to motorboat herself, or her motorboat herself,
Listen,
or
you
us
can
all
try.
motorboat
You
ourselves,
can ask me to try, and I will
Vote.
gladly try for you for
I
that
believe in you.
$50. It will be a spectacle.
Great.
Some of you watching this stream were actually present for the moment when someone put a tip in my cleavage, and it just dropped straight through to the ground.
in person to Julie to motorboat herself in Washington. Indoor, any combination of motorboating. I do.
Love you.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I once motorboated Fraulein Elsa.
I've done that too.
You, I came away with the perfect imprint of my lipstick and eyeshadow.
Amazing.
And I had rainbow eyes that day.
Like right on her chest.
Just right. It was just the imprint. It was like the Turin shroud, but on Fraulein Elsa's.
You know, that tracks one of the reasons that I'm sad that we don't do Oh Roy Oh more often, because there's a moment at the end of Oh Roy Oh, Sunday night and he's feeling cozy.
Right.
A man and his lass by the fireside rose.
He better make sure he has $150 on Sunday.
And it was at that point that I would stick my face into Elsa's cleavage and go.
Elsa's a lucky lady.
She's not opposed.
I am hearing all of this, and Elsa, I'm jealous.
It's quite
She will allow it.
It's
She will allow it.
uncomfortable.
It's great.
Yes.
Fantastic. I mean, we have 5 minutes, $5 more, and you can find out where my
Just
last
a dollar
tattoo
for
is
just
and
a
what
dollar
it
a
is.
minute. You too can see
Just like
Lady Fiona's
Close.
final tattoo.
just like my suitors in Blow the Man Down. Sank.
Same.
You-
This
Aw.
face full of stuff. It's
That is
alright.
my
You know
problem
what?
as well.
It's the
I-
nicest sternum I've ever seen.
I like my pillows cold. Not gonna lie.
That's what we came up with, the little squeakers. Did I tell you this?
No, I want
Lady
winter wipers.
Rosaline has on occasion stuck the little squeakers down her
Oh
bodice.
yes.
And we would be like, and I'd be like, oh, such and such. And then the other lady would be like, oh, such and such be cleavage. Then she'd be like, or we'd be like, if you would like to promote your local treasure, you can help Lady Rosaline look like this. And then the other lady's like, in the arms of tits for tips for tits.
You know, I have made some of those jokes my own self, because in certain trios, because you know we all go out in different trios. In certain trios, I'm the least well endowed.
This is true. This is true.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
Some trios are
It's
I'm
all
just.
a matter of perspective.
I'm the flat-chested one.
What
in
is
Oklahoma.
the titty version of badunkadunks? Whatever that is.
My milkshake.
Heavy boobs.
Heavy boobs, dance like dying stars. I got them heavy boobs. Heavy boobs, dance like a white dwarf. I got them heavy boobs.
So you know what's funny is I know many songs from the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend oeuvre, but that one I never bothered to learn because it doesn't. I don't relate to it at all.
That's fair. It is
It's actually surprising.
It is the story of my life. Clinically, it's in my chart that
Really?
I have. Yep. But
Yeah, it says in her
Ch-
chart that
chesticles-
she's dense.
Chesticles, yes, it does. Listen here. I'm the funny one.
I'm more inclined to relate to you ruined everything, you stupid bitch.
That's also a great one. I
Yeah.
don't quote it nearly often enough.
Yeah.
Stapler, 10 pencils.
My other favorite song, not from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, to quote though recently, has been my muffin top is all that whole grain low fat. I know you want a piece of that, but I just gotta dance, which is from 30 Rock.
The girly show, right?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Free. Donate now.
2 minutes.
And you too can see Fiona's final tattoo.
I'll give you a hint. I must lift up my shirt to show it to you.
You're all
You're
mine.
all my density.
You're all my
Thank
density.
you. You're my
Thank
density.
you.
Thank you. That is the kindest thing anyone has said to me in the last 5 minutes.
All I
Now,
think
can
is
you
this
have
Back
a-
to the Future.
Now, can I you have a conversation with the mammogram machine? Because it's apparently too dense for that thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen.
There's grades of density. Did you know that?
No.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Breasticles come in grades of density from A to D, and I've got 2 Ds.
So this is not cup size. This is density.
Density. My
So
tiny
many
measurements
measurements to
are
keep
dense
track of.
too. You feel my pain. They might be small, but they're heavy.
I have no idea what grade density my boobs
I think
is.
yours are probably closer to an A or B because they're very perky. and
They
like-
are. They sort of like float around.
Just
and-
like
And I have googly eye boobs. Not that you will ever have this.
like my
opportunity.
Boston Terrier.
So if you ever were to catch me in a normal bra, as opposed to like layers and layers of canvas and padding and everything that I wear, like around the house. Yeah, you've seen it. You both have seen it around the house.
Yeah, I have.
My boobs
We
just
share
sort
a
of do this.
Oh.
They're just like, hey, I live up here,
But
and
now-
I look at you a different direction.
these as well, but they are retired professional Che.
That's true.
They've done their time. 5 years between 2 children. Not at the same time, thank God.
Just one on each.
We saw a woman
I
the other
know.
day with 4 children under the age of 10, and we were like, you are a saint.
Yes, it was 3.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Just need
Oh,
$5 more dollars.
$5. We were doing 2 minutes, so I thought for a second it was $2. But no, 1 minute,
1 minute,
$5. Also, if someone had tipped $3, like out of
She
spite,
would've
I
did
would
it
have been
anyway.
really upset.
We got it. We got it.
Let's
Time
see.
for that tattoo.
All right, so you have all earned this. My final tattoo. You've heard me
The
speak
big
of my
reveal.
love for Sailor Moon, so this one is an
I'm
homage.
excited. Yay!
Oh, can you see it?
No,
There
we are.
Fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight.
This is like a really good
legged day.
quad workout.
Goodness,
As I try to show it off in the light.
it is.
So, yes.
it looks magical. It looks like
That
it's
is my
skating in there.
final tattoo to show you all.
That's a great one. I
It's
love
in
that.
there all the time, so it's close to my heart.
Literally.
And also, I got this on the same day I got laser eye surgery.
Oh.
I called it body modification day.
yeah.
And I just sat under the laser and the needle in one
I'm
day.
gonna have
Well-
one of those when I get back.
I'm afraid we're all out of time. It's time to say goodbye. So it's been a pleasure singing for you. I have been Lady Julie.
I have been Lady Fiona.
I'm still Sultana, but I'm gonna work on that.
And right now we are Chase Treasure in Washington.
You have been watching an episode of Chaste Treasure, Ladies Unlaced. Thank you to all of our fans for your continued support of the live arts. And a special thank you to our sponsors. If you would like to sponsor an episode of Ladies Unlaced, please email chasetreasure@gmail.com.